Today we will be making standard solutions. First, obtain 2 burettes and 35 milliliters of 0.200 molar FeNO3 and 35 milliliters of 0.0020 molar SCN-. We're going to need to rinse each burette with the appropriate solution. Take your burette down below eye level with your goggles on. Rinse the burette and dispense into a waste container. After you have rinsed both burettes, fill them up to the top. With each burette, you're going to want to get rid of the air bubble. You can do that by opening and closing, giving a little shake to remove the air bubble. Once the air bubble is gone in both burettes, you're going to want to lower the level of each solution so it is at the nearest line. Then you're going to take your 50 milliliter volumetric flask, 50.00, and you're going to dispense each amount of the FeNO3 and the SCN-, according to table 1 with the correct amounts. 1 here, close. And here, close. After you have those amounts, you're going to fill to the 50.00 milliliter marking in your volumetric flask with deionized water, using a pipette to drop the last amount of water, of the DI water, so you are completely accurate. Then, after that, you're going to place over the top with paraffin, like so. Stick your thumb on the top and mix, inverting 10 times, like this. Give a little shake. After that, you will uncover, take your solution, put it into a small beaker or another small container less than 100 milliliters, just something small to hold your solution. Put it away, label solution 1. You're going to repeat this process for the next standard solutions according to the table. Exactly how? Labeling each 1, 2, 3, and so. Okay, so now we're going to measure the absorbances of our solutions using the spectrometer. So you're going to want to pull out the Vernier manual to follow the instructions on how to set it up and calibrate it. So we're going to be using a cuvette, which this is my example cuvette. The cuvettes have a rough side and a smooth side. You're going to want to only touch on the rough side so not to get fingerprint on the smooth side, which is what we'll read through in the spectrometer. So we're going to need a blanket, and today we'll be using the iron nitrate solution to blank our cuvette. So you're going to want to take your Kim wipe the side of it, fill it up, place it in the spectrometer, which is attached to the computer, clear side going where you see the beam coming through. Blank it, follow the instructions. Next, you're going to empty that blank out and fill it with your first standard solution, rinsing it first with the least concentrated one of the SCN. You're going to put the solution in, rinse it out, dump it out, and then fill it up again about 3/4 full, cap it, place it back in the spectrometer, follow the instructions prompted, and store all of your runs when you're doing this. It's very important. Note is that it's easiest to use a pipette to fill your cuvette. Don't try to dump your solution into the cuvette. It won't work out well for you. So after you have your first solution done and absorbance is measured, you're going to want to take your next most concentrated solution to rinse the cuvette out again. So take that solution, rinse, dump, take another with a pipette of that next standard solution, the same one that you rinsed with, and fill the cuvette again. Wipe with Kim wipe, place flat side through, and then let it run through the computer. And do this for the next of your standard solutions. So after you have all of your solutions done, you can find the lambda max of all of those for the peak absorbances and record all of that into your table. So using that data of your absorbances and concentrations from each standard solutions, you can take your data and put it into Excel to make a standard curve. Once you have your standard curve, you can take the equation of the line from that and record that all down. This will all be helpful information later. So now in part 2, we will be setting up equilibrium solutions. It's very similar to set up in the first part, but this time there will be 2 small differences. So we'll be using a 10 milliliter volumetric flask instead of 50. So after filling up your flask with the correct amounts, you're going to fill up with just a little bit more deionized water to get to 10 milliliters instead of 50. And instead of 0.200 molar FeNO33, we'll be using 0.00200 molar FeNO33. So you will need to put your more concentrated iron nitrate into the waste, rinse out the burette with DI water, and then repeat the process for filling a burette with your less concentrated new iron nitrate. You're going to repeat all of the same steps for making solutions with mixing, inverting, labeling. Then you'll be measuring the absorbance the same way as you did with the first part. The cuvette, spectrometer, everything's the same, just different volumes and concentrations. Grab your equation and then you're done. Clean up everything, make sure to rinse with DI water, and that's it.